All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Hourglass Podcast. You're joining Tim and Kareen, and we're going to talk about the Perth State Show, bit of a wrap-up. We'll go through wellness, fit model, and bikini, which is exciting categories. And we're going to talk about Adelaide too, but we'll do that in another episode. So we're just going to go through Perth today, and then we'll pop the Adelaide one in a different episode. So stay tuned for that. And if you make it through this one, you get a cookie.
Oh,
so
can I get a cookie? If I film it with you?
No, sorry. So you said you were at a party? A party? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Is that like a word 33-year-olds say?
It was, if we want to be, detailed, it was my friend's picnic birthday gathering.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
So you were just sitting at the picnic watching a live stream.
Yeah, I was in the park with my phone, being antisocial and trying to catch as much as I could.
And what did you think?
Yeah.
From what
I
you
mean,
saw
it was good.
Anyway.
Perth is always a smaller show. It's a little bit out the way for people. So I think
Perth and Adelaide.
Most people who opt into the Perth and Adelaide shows either live there or they just kind of like have a strategy to go in and do some damage. But
it's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I was just gonna say it's pretty funny. I always think about like how far away Perth is, and in like any other country. I mean, obviously, America is almost the same as well. But in any other like continent, it's almost another country, or it is another country. So it's just kind of wild that it's still Australia, and there's like no cities between here and there. It's just dirt. You know?
Alice Springs.
Like what? Yeah, true. But it's not like a very city. Sorry, guys. If there's any
Imagine the Alice Springs bodybuilding competition.
Just no one there. Just an empty stage. The live stream's just empty. Yeah, but I've never been. Have you been to Alice Springs? Side tangent here.
Jacob's from Alice Springs.
Is he?
Yeah, you wouldn't think it, hey.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know why that's funny. But it is.
He's the least Alice Springs person I know, and he's like, he spent basically his whole life, or majority of his whole life in Alice Springs. How crazy.
How would you describe an Alice Springs person?
Like probably the opposite of Jake. Like, I don't know.
Cowboy hat?
I mean, like, because you look at Jacob, or people like Jacob, they're very like city, like you got that city aesthetic, dresses like a city boy,
very much on trend.
Yeah. I feel like Alice Spring maybe it's just a bit out of the loop.
Just one spring? Just
weeks.
Alice Spring? Not Springs?
Alice Springs.
Alice
just
Spring.
The one spring.
Yeah. I kind of imagine them like on horseback, with like a cowboy hat or something.
He used to be like, he used to, there's like this big, like dirt bike race or something that they have there, and he used to be like about it, and it's a whole other world out there, man.
Is his family like a farming family?
No, like carpenter. His dad's a carpenter, so he's like built his whole house in Alice Springs, and it looks really nice.
Ask him a lot of questions when I see him next. I'm so inquisitive now about Alice Springs.
No, literally, that was our whole first month of talking to each other. I was like, so what? What do you think about this? What happened with this?
Do they have this in Alice Springs?
Yeah, no, literally. I was like, oh my God, I have no idea about this place. I've never met anyone from this place before.
That's interesting. There you go, everyone listening. We forgot we were on a podcast just then. We're just talking about Jacob, who's Kareen's partner, by the way. Anyone doesn't know that. Shout out to Jacob. He's doing really well with his programming. If you're listening, Jacob.
Good man.
Good job, man.
He's doing good. Proud of him.
Yeah. Growing like a weed as well.
I know. It's crazy.
So we'll talk about wellness first. I mean, we'll get straight into it. our last episode was like 800 years long, so we'll try and keep this one a little bit shorter. But there was tons of good feedback. Hey, I even had people come up to me at Adelaide show, say like they liked the episode and the wrap up and stuff like that. And I felt like I was kind of brutal with some feedback, but like everyone seemed to think it was great, positive feedback. So that's great. I think we're doing something good there. So it's always good to get feedback. It definitely beats having people upset by your feedback. So thanks everyone for listening and giving feedback, because that's, ultimately we're doing this for your benefit. You know what I mean? We don't sort of like, I don't listen to my podcast back while I'm doing my cardio. You know what I mean?
You don't? We're each their own.
Just my bits. I like fast forward your bits, and just listen to me. Imagine. Oh, Kareen's on. I gotta listen to myself. I'm just gonna fast forward it.
Yeah. 10 seconds forward.
But yeah, that's what we love, because ultimately I feel like as we do more episodes too, we're getting smoother and smoother. So it's good to get good feedback, and it motivates us to do a more. That wasn't very good English. Motivates us to do more. Because you guys are enjoying it. So keep that coming. We love it. And remember to tag us too, like not just the Hourglass page. Remember to tag our individual pages so we actually see it. I went to the Hourglass page, and in the requested folder, there's like 10, 15 tags, because I didn't even know they were in there.
No way.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So
thanks, guys. But anyway, we'll get into it. Stop talking about ourselves. So the Perth show, it wasn't a very big wellness lineup, but we had, let me hopefully we find it here.
4 competitors in the opens.
Yeah, so we had, do you want to go through, where is it?
Novice and True Novice?
Oh yeah, True Novice. So we had Maxine and Rochelle.
Cool. All right. We can see them in the video up here.
In the opens?
Yeah, you can see the both of them. Right?
Oh, yep. I can.
Yes.
Wait, hang on. I can't find the videos. Where are the videos?
They're like past the Adelaide placings. Hold on, I'll send it to you.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I even showed
it?
you. I showed you where it was.
Here we go. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. Hold tight.
I actually showed you these videos just before. Wow. Okay, anyway. All right, let's have a look. So we had, do we know, where's the placings though? I have to scroll back down again. I'm going to open this up on this phone.
Rochelle is the blonde one. They're both wearing purple. So Rochelle's the blonde one and Maxine is the brunette.
And Karen Field only do opens though, I think. So yeah, okay. So we got Kayla in first, we got Maxine in second, and then we got Karen in third.
Wait,
but I think Karen only did the opens.
Yeah, come back to Novice and True Novice. I'm jumping ahead here.
Okay, I can't find the video for that class. That's all.
No, they only do the opens classes, but I'm saying like you can see their physique in the.
Oh
video.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Becky.
Okay, so yeah, my God, dude, it's just okay. To my defense, it's poorly all laid out. I have to scroll past a whole day of people to find the video that I'm looking for.
Yes. No, I agree. Okay, so
anyway,
looking
Maxine.
at Rochelle versus Maxine. So I think
I just can't find the video. I just can't find it.
I'm just gonna send it to you.
I don't know why. Yeah.
But just look at the two on the end. That's who is in True Novice and Novice on the left-hand side. So when we look at Rochelle versus Maxine.
Yep.
Maxine just has density over Rochelle
Yeah,
through her lower body, which
I'm
gives
just waiting for them to turn
her...
around.
It's okay. But that gives her the edge over Rochelle. It's just the density.
Yeah, I feel like in wellness too, it's like, it's always tough because like you're coming in possibly because you're too big for a bikini, and you don't know where to fit in, and so you just, to a degree, seeing what the judges say on the day. But at the same time, like, don't be afraid to take time to grow into the class. You know what I mean? Because this is something that we were talking about last weekend with the other shows. It's like there's a very clear difference between where you need to be and like that sort of entry level wellness that we're seeing consistently. And it doesn't mean like you're bad athletes or anything like that. It's just like you just need to spend a little bit more time growing so that you're satisfying the criteria of wellness. It's not just a little bit bigger than bikini. It's like it's a fair bit of muscle. Hey, like even looking at Kayla, like she probably needs to be a little bit more dense still, but it's just such a big step up from bikini.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So even if
you want to be
potential,
competitive.
So like good shape, I can see why they haven't done bikini, but we need more size.
Yeah. Good shape on both the girls. I feel like they could definitely grow into it. I love both of their presentations.
The girl on the far right, is that the second place or is that the third place?
The
Purple
blonde
bikini.
and the purple?
No, the other one.
She was... Oh, the one in the brown.
Yeah.
Brown hair.
Brown hair. Yep.
She was first place in true novice and novice.
Yeah, okay. So she's starting to get to that point where the size is, it's looking more wellness just because of the quads and everything, but just needs a lot more glutes. But you can see the asymmetry. All four of these girls have the asymmetry that you need. There's just varying levels of density and fullness in the lower body that is why Kale is winning. She's got the most size. It is always tough in these lineups because it's hard to not be brutal, and I hope that that's not coming across that way. But it is what it is. Like you're either wellness or you're not. The same with bikini.
Yeah, but good for all of these ladies for showing up. And true novice, it's your first step into it, so you got lots of room to grow and get your clarity as to where you want to go in wellness as well.
Yeah,
but
exactly
then
right.
we move on to the open class. So we have Kayla Hughes in first. We've got Maxine again, who's taken second place here, and we've got Karen Field in third.
Yep. So same thing here. It's just like a step down in size and density, just each time. I feel like that's literally it. The shape and symmetry, the asymmetry is all there. These girls have good structures and everything for wellness. They just need more time. They look great though. In terms
really
of
like
the potential.
Karen's shape.
That's what I mean. Like all.
I really
all
like her
shape. Yeah, it's great.
I think
great
she
wellness
could
structure.
Come in possibly a little tighter and fuller. I think would give her an edge here.
Yeah, that's the difficult thing. So when you don't have the density, when you don't have the muscle maturity, it's actually quite hard to get the conditioning right for wellness. Like wellness is a situation where if you are too lean, you're going to look too masculine, and if you're too soft, you're not going to look wellness. But you got to have the right amount of muscle to be that conditioning, and it's only achievable if you have that amount of muscle. Because the muscle pushes through the skin and it exposes that detail. It's just enough detail for wellness, but not pushing you up into sort of like that masculine look. So you've got to have the right amount of density and shape and size to get the conditioning right. So it's always tough when you're not as muscular to get the conditioning right for wellness, as opposed to bikini where it's a very full thing. Wellness, you sort of want that hardness that you can only really achieve with the density.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Looking at this open class video, I think Karen and Maxine would have been battling it out for second place because they both have a lot of strengths,
Mm.
as well as
Yeah,
their
agreed.
own weaknesses. But I think, yeah, just fullness probably took the cake for Maxine on the day. Um, yeah, and then obviously Kayla, we've seen her. Glad to see her back.
Yeah, so she
Looks
did well in
awesome.
Vic. Looks like she's come in a little bit harder from Vic in a week, so that's great. I wonder what their feedback was. I assume it was something like that.
Yeah, she looks
Come
stunning. I
come
love this green bikini on her.
what would you do? Is it sorry, who's in the red again? It's Karen, right?
Karen? Yeah.
Yeah, would you change her front pose to sort of play the shoulders a little bit?
Um, I'm watching her pose. Let me just wait till she turns around to the front.
I think it's only when she
Mhm.
steps over to the left-hand side. I think it must be the lighting there or something.
I see what you mean.
It looks a little balanced. I mean, it is always
She does
tough when
have some shoulders on
the
her,
camera's a
for
little bit
sure.
higher than the judges. You know what I mean? Like the camera's somewhat higher than where the judges' eyes are, so it's not necessarily as accurate as what
Yes.
the judges are seeing.
Yes. Like, it's a hard one because it just comes down to having more muscle on the lower half, and like there's only
Yeah,
so much you can really down pose. I see she is doing a great job of it in the back pose, but
yeah,
in front pose things get a little bit harder because like you can't
can't
really
hide it.
bring that down as much. Yeah, like possibly you could
Mm,
angle your upper body a little bit more, but that's about the
mm.
extent that you can go.
Cover it
But
with
she
some
is
hair.
quite broad up top. Yeah, she is quite broad up top.
You can see it. You can see the density a lot when the girls walk to the back. That sort of exposes it a lot. Um, and that's really like I think that's what gave Kayla the win there is just that walk to the back. I mean, it is obvious there in the poses, but when she walks to the back, you can just really see the density.
Yeah.
Um, I reckon. Do you reckon uh, the lighting there is like quite harsh compared to Vic? I wonder. I wonder what Kayla did between the two shows, but it's not very long to improve. They did a good job.
It's not. I wonder what her game plan was if she wanted to do both shows or if she kind of chucked one in last minute.
Yeah. But anyway, well done, ladies. What do you think of the bikinis?
Like the wellness bikinis.
Yeah.
Yeah, they looked really nice. They all looked
Yep.
nice. I think, yeah, they all chose colors that really stood out on them.
Mm.
I
Especially with the
think,
black background in Perth. Like you can kind of get away with any color as long as it suits you.
yeah, it is gorgeous. I really like that red on Karen. It looks nice.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It really pops with the blonde. That's why I
Yeah,
reckon all
yeah,
all bodybuilding stages should just have a black background. Just make it easy. Just black background. I know it's promotion and everything, but when they're doing when they're doing the quarter turns and everything, just blank it out. Like if it's a digital screen or something, just get rid of it. Just turn it off and just let the
yeah,
background be black while they're posing, and then turn it back on
yeah.
again
It's
after.
much easier to pick apart the physiques that
Yeah,
way.
the silhouette stands out. Everything's really obvious, and then you can pick a bikini that suits you rather than what the background is. You know.
That's right. That is right. I do love
Um,
Kayla on the screen.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to Fit Model. Who have we
Fit
got here?
model. All right. So fit model. Oh, there's a masters. That's cool. Did they have a masters in
Yeah,
Melbourne? I don't think so.
I don't think so, no. Fit Model Masters. So we had Cass Webb, Lizzie Eaton. I'm going to open up my other phone and see if I can find their individual pages.
Two phones. Suspicious.
Lizzie Eaton. There we go. There's no
Have you found
videos,
out?
but there's nothing from stage, but there's a picture of her like Yeah, no, that's not actually just a video. There's pictures from last season. It looks like she did bikini.
Oh, wait. Look at what I sent you. We can see them on stage.
Oh, yep. Hang on. Oh, oh, that's first timer. Oh no, that's the opens. Yeah, okay, gotcha. But that's got the two masters. All right, man.
Okay, cool.
It takes a while to get used to the bikinis. Hey,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it
it
does.
still gets me when they turn around.
They look like they're going for a swim.
Yeah, it's really different.
Okay, cool. So, who have we got? So Fit Model. I don't think this is Fit Model Masters.
No, it's opens. That video is opens.
No, no, no. I'm saying about the actual post where it says Fit Model Masters. I don't believe Cass is she in Masters?
Maybe it's first timer.
I think they swapped it
Wait,
accidentally.
everyone's first timer.
No, no, no. I think they accidentally swapped True Novice and Masters.
Yeah, it looks. That's what I meant to say. It looks like they have. Yeah.
Yeah. But we've got
It's really
Cass Webb in the
confusing
dark.
how they're doing this. They need to change
I know.
this.
They've got Cass Webb in the dark blue and Lizzie Eden in the purple. So let's go to the video and look at these two girls. All right. So from what I can see between these two girls, Cass in the dark blue versus Lizzie in the purple. Cass has just brought a little bit of a tighter package
Yep.
than Lizzie, which I think has given her that nod into first place there.
Yep.
And she's got a very impressive front pose, Cass. Actually, both of these girls
Yeah.
do. Nice tight waists, not overly hard or etched.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful presentation on the both of them.
With Fit Model, this is the thing. This is what people are gonna like realize very quickly is it is softer than bikini, absolutely. But it doesn't mean that you're not pushing condition to a point, right? So I think this is just a matter of like seeing yourself on stage, and when you see yourself on stage, little details that you saw in your check-ins or whatever sometimes expose themselves as either good things or bad things, and that's something that you can't really ever pick up in a check-in. You have to see yourself under stage lights. And so that conditioning part, that aspect of conditioning is something that you either have to have seen yourself on stage in the past and know that this level of conditioning when I'm in check-ins is equivalent to this on stage or something like that, or you just got to be lucky. And that's the thing with Fit Model is, like, I wouldn't say the winners are lucky, but they have to have had some sort of prior stage experience to know this is what their body looks like in that condition, right? So it's going to take a while for somebody like who's third? Is it Cass?
Lizzie.
No, Lizzie. Yeah, like on the right track, good structure. She looks like a taller girl as well. So you just need to work on the conditioning and you'd see yourself placing higher, you know? And then
I really do like her front pose.
Yeah, she poses for her body well.
Yeah, great shape. Great shape.
And then Cass, you can see in that present, like the placing photo, she's got quite round delts, and so she just looks like a little bit heavier muscled as well. So Lizzie just needs to bring up her glutes and shoulders a tiny bit, not a lot, honestly, not like bikini, but just a little bit more size.
Yeah, absolutely.
Size.
And then obviously we can move into opens, and we see Larissa here take it out. First of all, can we just talk about Larissa's hair?
Yeah.
It looks so healthy. I don't know what this girl's hair care routine is. Holy moly. Her hair is like shining.
Yeah. It looks like a
It looks
L'Oreal
so
ad.
beautiful, right? Like little like Pantene, like where they take out the hair and they start like shaking
Crazy.
it.
I wonder if it is natural hair. It's probably not extensions.
It looks natural.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wow,
She's
she
not
looks
Australian.
beautiful.
She's from Sweden or something, apparently.
Yeah, right. She is.
Yeah.
She's a gorgeous girl. She looks like a supermodel. Truly.
Yeah, definitely fits criteria. Tight waist, not overly muscular, like, got enough muscle for the category. Conditioning's pretty much where it needs to be, in my opinion. They did really
Yes.
well.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe her partner, Jordan, prepped her for this one.
Yep.
Did really well. I was keeping up with like just seeing posts on Instagram and stuff like that. And I was wondering, like, her look was so impressive, and I was like very excited to see it on stage.
Yep.
Because like honestly, part of me was like, oh, like, is she too conditioned? But the way she's filled out translated to stage so beautifully.
Yep.
Yeah, I think she looks awesome. She looks really good. She looks full, tight waist,
Yep.
not overly developed, crazy shoulders. You can see the difference between her and like a bikini athlete as well.
That's the thing. It looks like she could stand and do a photo shoot and not look overly masculine or anything, and advertise some products.
Exactly.
It's like the tight waist, but not overly defined abs or anything like that. So, yeah, they did a good job. It's like she's built for the category. But yeah, Cass is great there. You can see when they walk to the back, she just needs a little bit more fullness in the glutes, but structurally, she's in the right class. Absolutely.
She definitely is.
All three of these girls are.
They look great. Good job to them. The three Perth fit model girls. Hell yeah.
And also, like, like, I think there's a bit of credit to be given to girls jumping into a new class as well. It's it's not well defined yet what they're looking for, and I mean it is in the criteria, but it's still a risk, and I think getting on stage and doing that is fantastic.
That's awesome. Good job to them. I'm really stoked with this three. They all did really well. Well done. All right.
And then what have we got? We've got Bikini Junior.
Bikini. All right, let's have a looky. Bikini.
So you got Amara.
Juniors. We've got
Bristol.
Yeah, we
Tia.
got Amara taking third, Bristol taking second, Tia taking first. Okay, give us the rundown, Tim.
I'm just trying to see if her name, it's Ceres. I'm trying to see. I think is it Stainton or Ceres? Because I can't find Ceres.
Stainton.
That's her name?
Yeah.
Okay. There's no photos on her page. Okay.
Because I was following her. I've been following her for a little minute now. I think she may have removed her prep pickies because she was staying pretty active.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to give feedback without any photos. We can see a side photo. What I can tell you from the side photo is that she's got good delts, she's got good glutes, but how that translates into poses, we don't know because I can't see.
So I'll actually tell you because I was following her up until show. I was seeing a lot of her posts and things like that. And Mara was looking really great. She was looking awesome. She's another one of Jordan Dash's prep clients.
Okay.
She was looking awesome, but she is like a junior, and probably hasn't had like a ton of time in the gym being a junior, and all she was missing was just a little bit of density.
Right. Good shape.
And that's the thing, like this sport is like a sport for the long run. It's hard to hop on stage as a junior and have like this surefire
crazy density.
this crazy density. So from what I saw from Amara, she looked really good. So I'm happy for her for getting, this third placing. She looks awesome.
Yep.
Bristol,
especially first show. Especially first show. If you're junior and first show, you've got to kind of like just see it as a feat of like a challenge initially. You don't know how you look on stage. Like you can look fantastic, like I was saying before, you can look fantastic in check-in photos or in the right lighting in the gym or something like that. But then when you see yourself on stage, you can really pick yourself apart and improve. It's always after that first show that you can really slingshot your progress,
That's right. Exactly. It's just like a marker to say, this is where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to send you a photo from Bristol's page, the girl who came in second. You can see the top 3 rear shot here to an extent. So you've got, I believe it was Tia who's on that far left, and then Amara in the middle, and Bristol.
Oh, yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
Sorry, girls, we're
Amara's
stalking
got great
again.
shape. Great shape. Amara's got great shape. So, yeah, definitely don't be disheartened. She's probably not disheartened with third. I'm just making that up. But, keep pushing because there's a good shape there. You just got to get everything fit together nice.
Exactly.
And then Bristol's on next to her in the green. Is that right?
So Tia and Bristol were in green. So Bristol's like the one on the right of Amara.
Oh, yep.
In that photo.
Yep. Looks like she just needs a little bit of upper body size in comparison to the glutes in that shot.
Yeah, and you can see kind of the difference in like the glutes, like projection almost between Tia and Bristol.
Yeah, so the Perth stage has like quite high. It looks like it's like almost downlighting, And then they're standing in the back of the stage, and you can see Tia, the way she's standing, it's like really hectic, arching her lower back, and so it's bringing her glutes out in the lighting really well. But you've got to have a certain amount of muscle to be able to do that in downlighting. So how that translates to other stage lightings, that's always why it's a good idea to do multiple stage shows to see how you look.
Exactly. It's awesome to see, just like, I love seeing these photos that people take on their phones from like different angles.
Oh, yeah.
Because it just gives you a better idea. I don't know, like you can watch a live stream, you can watch like the Instagram videos and stuff like that. But like until you see all different angles of the competitors, and you can start to like build the right picture of how people show up.
Yep.
Bristol's a cool name. I haven't heard of Bristol before.
Yeah. Is it like no offense, but is it like a paint brand?
Bristol. Isn't Bristol
paints?
Hold on. Before I speak too soon.
Sorry, Bristol.
No, I'm right. Bristol's a city. I was about to say, like, I think it's a city, and then I don't want to speak too soon, otherwise I'd like sound a little silly if it wasn't.
It's a very interesting name.
Yeah. Bristol. No, that's
they've all got interesting names. Tia, Bristol,
Southwest
and Amara.
England.
They're not common names at all. All 3 of these girls.
Yeah, no. It's a city in England. Bristol.
Oh yeah.
I have to say it with accent.
Bristol, mate. Yeah, cool.
From
Anyway,
Bristol.
Great names, girls.
That's our feedback. Props to the parents. No,
but it's like,
we're kidding.
You know what? I was sitting at the FMG show on the weekend on Saturday, and everyone's name is Amber or what was the other one? What was now I've forgotten the name.
Oh,
everyone's
like
name was Amber.
I heard there's a lot of
Tay. Tay. Sorry, that's everyone's name is Tay in the FMG. So, it's interesting when you see like names like Tia. I've never seen that before. I've never seen the name Bristol. And I don't think I've ever seen the name Amara before. So some unique people over there in Perth.
There's a cool way to spell Tia. It's like tea.
Yeah, like cup of tea.
Serving up some tea. Anyway, so Bristol looked awesome, especially for juniors and a first timer. Was she a first timer? I'm not sure. Perhaps. But really smashed it. Just obviously more maturity, muscle maturity, and she'll be bang on there.
Yeah.
And then we've got Tia, who this is her first gold of many today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you can
What
see
do we
that
think
in
of
that
Tia?
side shot. She's just fuller, denser, more balanced than the other two girls, and that's quite clear in that rear photo. When you go to the overall lineup too, we'll talk about that in a second. You can see she's just got the most balance top to bottom, and often that's the case in bikini. Like she just happens to have the most fullness as well and shape, but often balance will win in an amateur lineup because it's very common for an amateur to be imbalanced. So when you see a very balanced or quite a balanced bikini athlete, they're usually the ones that are doing, winning the shows because that's probably the hardest thing to achieve as a bikini athlete, I'd say.
It's awesome to see that much glute density on a junior as well. It's really impressive in that rear shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like a bubble.
Yeah. 2 bubbles.
I like I like Amara's hair as well. I think Jordan's doing something with their hair. Like both her hair and who was the fit model girl, sorry? Larissa? Larissa's hair, awesome. So Jordan's got a good hair protocol.
He must. He's doing something different.
Must be front loading the biotin coming to the show.
Something like that. He's got them on the hair sops.
Biotin and zinc.
Okay, cool. So now we move on to Bikini True Novice. We've got Taryn in third. We've got Amber Lee in second, and Tia taking out another gold in first. What do we think?
Yeah, so Amber, do we have any photos of her? She looks like she's got good structure.
So you can see these 3 girls in that overall opens video. They're just obviously spread out through that lineup.
Let me scroll
But if you scroll back up to that video.
Yeah, okay. Yep, so who's in the red? She came second?
So the second and third is both in red.
Okay.
So Amber Lee, I believe. I found her. Okay, I'm sending it.
Man, this is really difficult with the way this page is set up, man. I have to scroll back all the way. Okay, so Amber. All right, so we've already spoken about Tia. We'll come back to her, but Amber is second. And then who's in third?
And then we've got Taryn Schubert in third. Let me see.
And she's the taller, she's the blonde in red. Right?
Yes.
And they're both taller girls, so good structures. It looks like it's always harder as a taller girl to get the fullness and the shape.
I found Taryn. Okay, I'm sending you Taryn.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so
and then we've got a front shot. Okay, sorry. Go into the post I just sent you and scroll through.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
So you can see the 2 girls next to each other.
Yeah, so straight away, so this is, I'm just so bad with names, hang on. Taryn.
So Taryn, Amber Lee, and Tia.
Yep. So straight away, Taryn's front pose, the glute pop. Crazy. Glute projection in the front pose.
Yeah. Taryn's shape is crazy.
Yeah. It's almost X-framey, It's pretty wild. And then obviously in comparison to the other girl next to, I'm really bad with names, man. I think it's because I don't know these Perth girls. Amber, yeah.
Amber Lee.
Just a little bit slight, not as bubbly in the front pose. But I think that she's gonna place better because of her conditioning. So let's see if there's a back pose. Yeah, it looks like she's just a little bit better conditioning. I can't really
Yeah,
tell from
Amber
this
does
photo
look a
there.
little bit tighter. Um, she does look a little bit tighter. I think honestly, it could have been a toss-up between these two.
When I look at Taryn, my mind immediately just says she's too X-framey. And so when you have that in the front pose, the judges don't want lat flare, they don't want X-frame. And so they're going to almost like mark you down for being too X-framey. And I think that's what's harming her here. So she could probably adjust her front pose a little bit. Maybe not accentuate the width as much or something like this. What do you reckon, Kareen? Because it does look very X-framey,
There's a couple things. This is the thing. It's hard because like you look at Town, you're like, oh, like she looks like her shape is so impressive, right? But then you pick it apart a little bit and like it's almost so impressive to the part where it's like imbalanced. Just like say looking at like the leg, right? That standing leg. It's like crazy glute projection, missing a little bit of that upper glute, and it's like the glute kind of is taking over her whole leg. You know what I mean? So could make a quick little adjustment there just to not like down pose it, but just to make it look a little bit more overall balanced through the whole leg.
Yep. When they walk to the back of the stage, you can see it as well. It's like the condition, like she's good condition, but she could be a little bit harder, and that would then make her shape a little bit more balanced. I think it's because the glutes are so full in comparison to the rest of the leg that it then creates an imbalanced leg, even though the glutes are good, So maybe a little bit harder conditioning to just kind of pronounce the quads a little bit. But then posing more hourglass, because that's the thing with bikini. It's not a glute show. It's not a delt show. You need to make sure that you're sitting inside an hourglass silhouette. I honestly don't think that she would need to change much to really bring that shape in, because she's got all the muscle there,
I agree. Just some posing and possibly
tiny
conditioning
waist,
adjustments.
crazy waist,
small little waist. Where is it?
Small.
Barely see it.
And that's the other thing too with taller girls. With taller girls, you either have like a tough time building the size and shape, or you have like a sort of a longer frame, and then you can end up looking too X-framey if you open up too much. Like that's something that I've seen a lot of taller girls struggle with. So, a couple of posing adjustments, you'd see that improve a lot.
Yes, it's true. Let's talk about Amber Lee.
Yep.
Trying
to get to the rear
awesome.
pose.
I love her presentation.
Yeah, her rear walk's awesome. Her hair's awesome. The bikini suits her. She's quite balanced in the rear pose.
She looks
as well.
really nice.
Yeah.
She's so aesthetic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's a very
front walk's good.
Yeah, she's got that bikini look to her.
And I think that with this show, everyone's kind of got a little bit of something. Like they've got some strong areas, they've got some weak areas. And this is the thing with bikini, like everyone has to realize that it's not a clear defined, like this is why she won. It's more so the other way around, where you're trying to give someone the least flaws. Like whoever has the least flaws is the winner. So what you do when you go through this, like especially when they turn around, is like, okay, who's top to bottom balanced, who's in condition, who's got the fullness, and if you're missing any of those things, you kind of shuffle around. That's why they move them around a little bit, because they're trying to find flaws, and whoever has the least flaws based on those criterias has the highest placing, and that just so happens to be Tia in this situation. I had a lot of people message me about this day, this bikini class, a lot of confusion, asking me about like the density and the shape and which one takes precedence, and it's neither. It's seriously like a balance thing. It's like, okay, who's able to balance all these variables in such a way that they have the least flaws when they're posing, and they're hiding all of these things simultaneously, or showing the strength simultaneously in such a way that it adheres to the criteria. So it's tough when you've got a lineup where everyone's got something different missing or something different strong or whatever it is. Especially in this lineup, everyone's so different. Like there's no similarities really between any of the athletes.
Mm. Yeah, I agree. It's a hard one, but like that's the thing with the judging. It comes down to kind of like a checklist.
Mm-hmm.
So the person who has the most checks is going to take it. It doesn't mean they have all the checks, but they have the most checks.
Yep. But I think the posing was good as well. Like I said, there's a few changes that can be made, but overall the posing, I think we were saying this last episode about the quality. Like the posing in general is still of a high quality, even though there's some tweaks to make. Like everyone looked great, like presentation wise, like they look confident. The hair's good, bikinis are good. Like everyone looked bikini. It's just those finer details that really define the placing. Like looking at this back shot when everyone's standing against the back wall, that's such a great shot. Like you can see how the placings went, but everyone's just in a great position, full package.
Yeah. Absolutely. Awesome. That brings us, because we've got a repeat of the top 3 in that next class. So now we're looking at the opens class. What do we reckon?
Yep.
Chat to me.
So
got a new placing.
Yeah. So who's the third?
So we got Amber Lee in third, Beck Taylor in second, and TR in first.
Oh yeah. So Beck's the one we haven't spoken about yet. Yeah, I think so. Beck's competed a fair few times. Like she's got that crazy bikini shape. She just looks like she's a little bit soft today, or in this show. I think it's just a conditioning thing, and that's the thing is like your conditioning can either make you look soft or it can make you look flat, and I think that it's just that it's one of those things. I'm not sure what they did, but overall, like crazy bikini structure. Her presentation is great as well, but it just looks a little bit soft or flat. I don't know. I'm trying to find the video again. Oh, here we go. Yeah, she's very hourglass. She's very balanced in the front pose. Bikini's great. Midsection's tight. I think just a little bit soft in the rear pose.
Wait, sorry, which one are you talking about?
Beck?
Rebecca? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I can see, just like if we're, doing the comparisons between these girls, Beck is just slightly overpowering through the top, right? So it's just a little less balanced. If she could like pose up her lower body slightly, I feel like that would really help her here.
Yep. So in this, that's what I was saying. It's like it's either soft, it's either like a little bit under conditioned to the point where if you condition harder and then fill up, you have that like pushing, like the muscles pushing the skin, and it looks bigger, like fuller. Or it could just be like she needs a little extra layer of conditioning to show that size. Sometimes it's just a definition issue depending on the stage lighting. So it's like you say, there's just a little bit of imbalance between top and bottom, both in conditioning and size.
Yeah. Coming to this video here, this girl, we were talking about this before the podcast started as well, but this girl Jewel in the pink stood out to me. She looks really good.
Yeah, awesome structure.
Crazy
especially
structure.
When they're at the back of the stage, she's probably got one of the most balanced rear poses there. I think she's just lacking a little bit of pop projection in the glutes. But the structure is impressive.
Pose?
Yeah. The structure is super impressive. Tiny waist.
I agree. I really would love to see her just dig forward a little bit harder with that glute. If you kind of playing the comparison game again, if you're looking at everyone who placed higher than her, what's missing with her is her hamstring just kind of almost would like blend into the glute there, So if she could dig around a little harder with that hip and see if she can get that lower glute to like pop out and differentiate itself from the rest of the leg, I feel like that could really help her, because she obviously has glutes like that. They're very much there. They're very impressive. So maybe just trying to bring that out a little bit harder for her, and possibly to drop her hands in a little lower in that rear pose as well.
Yeah, it's a standout structure for me. She's got a great structure for bikini. Just like, that's the thing. Like when you're underdeveloped to like even the smallest amount, you've got to change your posing so that you're hiding that. And it comes back to what we were saying before with the least flaws, and so like it's either like grow a little bit more or like pose a certain way to make it high, to hide the fact that you need the size. But overall, like the package, like pink bikini, blonde hair, perfect structure, like it's an awesome physique.
She looks awesome. She very much reminds me of kind of like old, like not old school bikini, but kind of like that sweet like 2018, 19 vibe.
Yep.
When they were just like tiny little bit like less hard and developed than the bikini today.
Yep. Like a blonde Angelica.
Yeah. That's like the vibe that I get from her. She's super impressive. Like, honestly, I was like, I looked at her and I was like, who is this girl? She looks awesome.
Yeah. Brittany's got good structure as well on the far left.
Brittany does have good structure.
Yeah, great structure.
Yeah. Just a little more conditioning through the rear.
Yeah. A little more conditioning, a little bit fuller. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'm watching this video over and over. I'm trying to find because she comes into shot a little bit in the front there, but then disappears out of the frame. You can only really see it when she's at the back of the stage. And that's the thing. That's why they walk these girls to the back of the stage all the time, because it does show different like it's more about the silhouette back there. When you're at the front of the stage, you can see the shape, you can see the proportion, you can see the balance, whatever, conditioning, etc. When you walk to the back of the stage, it really becomes more of a silhouette. And so that's where you see the structural balance, the top to bottom balance, especially when you see them sometimes, they face the back, they do the rear comparison at the back, and they tell them to turn around and stay there and don't move. If they're doing that, they're checking whether you're proportioned in the front pose as well, like in terms of the silhouette. And they did that. I'm pretty sure they did that this time. They didn't walk. Actually, no, they didn't. They walked straight back. But they did that at the Victoria show a fair bit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. But props to Tia for taking out the open show and taking out the overall here. I'm very excited to see how she continues over the season. She definitely brought like probably the fullest physique in this lineup. And
yeah, she was just the most balanced.
Like we were saying before.
Yeah, most balanced, fullest. Yeah. And I think also in person we saw that photo of the side angle of the girls in the rear pose in the juniors, and she just had the most roundness and size in the glutes compared to everyone. So, this is stuff you can't see from live stream, you can't see from videos. So, like we're struggling a little bit here. So apologies, girls, because we didn't see this in person. I wasn't there. And the footage is it's not the best,
I would love to see Tia slightly adjust her front pose a little bit through the midsection. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to say is like this video is from above the judges, so we don't know whether that's okay from the judges' perspective or whether it's still, like all these things we're suggesting is from the camera's perspective. So we don't know how they look to the judges.
That's right.
And that's something that everyone needs to realize. This is like any footage photos, videos that go out on social media, it's not what the judge is looking at. Like, I remember sitting at the Vic show, sitting off to the left a little bit, looking at who was on stage in a couple of classes for my athletes. And then I walked right behind the judges and sat there, and it's so different. Like, even just being like 1 meter to the left, you know? So
But
it's not something that
so what I'm saying,
you can judge clearly.
yeah, no, what I'm saying here with Tia's front pose, I believe this may have just come out as she got put through the rounds, and it always does, right? Like, I've seen it. Your front pose, it gets tired. I'm talking about like the midsection here, because if you go onto Tia's page and you watch her individual routine, which she would have done in her first class, right? So she was fresh. She didn't have this problem, you know, through the midsection. Okay. Everything's staying super tight there.
Yeah, but the camera also pans around, right? So you don't see her from this side where the judges always sit. You see it because Brownie would have been walking this way, and it gives a better perspective of the midsection. So you're exactly right. You know, if she holds it like that every time, you know, that's going to be more consistent throughout each class. So you're 100% right. If she's fresh, she's holding it right, and then as she poses more rounds, like she did every class, she would have been fatigued.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's all it is. Like, otherwise, everything's pretty much bang on where it needs to be.
Yep.
But lovely work from Tia. Holy moly, what a show for her. Gee whiz.
Yeah. First show, overall title, no worries.
Smashed it, my girl. Awesome. And she looked beautiful. Like, truly, she was glowing. She had this big, bright smile on her. Presentation gorgeous. Bikini gorgeous. Posing beautiful. Yeah, she looked really nice, and I'm glad that she took out that show. I'm very happy for her.
Yeah, it's nice when an athlete's rewarded, you know, in true bikini style. It gives me a lot of faith in the judging. The judging has been next level this season, like, so consistent.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm happy with these decisions. I think the judges had a tough time doing what they
Super
did,
hard.
but I'm happy with it.
Yep. All right. So is that everything?
Yep. Yeah, that's the show wrapped up.
We'll talk about the Adelaide show, but we'll do that in another episode. So hang on, let's see, because I was at that Adelaide show, so I've got a little bit more of a first-hand experience. So it'll be a little bit clearer with our breakdown there, guys. So stay tuned for that.
Yes.
Did you have any listener questions from the Perth show?
Not from the Perth show, but for the Adelaide show, yes.
Yeah, okay, me too. All right, we'll do that. All right, guys, we'll end it there, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.